All right, so here we are when you log into your MyMathLab. So if you've made it this far, that means that you've correctly registered for the course, obviously done everything you need to do. So when you click on your 150 Math 150 course, this is where you'll come into, which is called the course home. As you can see on the course home, you have kind of like a weekly calendar. And so, I am here. I've changed the due dates. I mean, the opening date, so you can see what I'm seeing. But here is your weekly calendars. You can see there's not much due until October the 1st. And that tells you everything is due by then. So there's 2, 4, 6 homework assignments. Monday, the review and the exam on October 3rd. So if you just do the math, you're starting the course on the 12th. You've got roughly 1, 2, almost 3 weeks to get done 6 assignments. So it's 2 assignments a week for right now. Okay. Some of them may take you a little longer, but it's not like you're killing yourself, so it should not be a problem for you to pace yourself. Okay, so that's one way to determine what's due. Also, it tells you what to work on next. Now, I've already taken the pre-test, so my assignments have opened, and it kind of tells you what's due. It gives you due dates. You can view all assignments. You'll look at your overall score in here, and obviously, I've only done one thing, so my overall score is not great, but that's part of that. You've always got your progress, your average. I mean, there's so many things that you've got here on this first page. Now, here is the welcome to MyMathLab. Make sure to run your browser check. One thing I will say is use either, I think, Chrome, Mozilla, Safari. Internet Explorer does not work well with MyMathLab. For whatever reason, it just doesn't. So run your browser check. The how to enter answers, very important. There's a tutorial here, and it's got topics that you can look at, the basics on how to enter answers. Now, many of y'all won't look at that, and then you'll be entering answers wrong. You'll get frustrated and then wondering, why is it wrong? Well, it's probably the way you're entering them a lot of times. So, just get it. Hopefully, they're not too long, but they're little videos, little PowerPoints, whatever, of showing you, how to enter answers. So, they're there. Okay. And you can play it, watch it. But I mean, it's your grade. So why not take the time to watch these things? Okay. Tutoring services, study plan. I'll talk about that later. There's a survey, and here's the book. And when you'll see in the syllabus, I do use the 9th edition, but it's online here. You don't need a hard copy. So you don't need to buy it. Okay, so that's one thing. Your announcements is the second category. Right now there are none. Oftentimes, if I send out a video, maybe with some examples of some areas I know that cause maybe a little more trouble than others, I'll email them and I'll post them. So just make sure you're looking at stuff there. Start here. If you're watching the video, you've already been there. Okay, so that's where your video links are. Homework and exam info on my page, you can see it. It's not on yours because that little line means hidden from students. So don't worry about that. But you can always go up here and go back to the main menu. The next tab is the instructor information. Now, this picture is a few years old, and I have a few more gray hairs now. But that's a picture of me up at the Henry Ford Museum for those who really care. But it's always, again, good to put a face to the name. But the important part of this is my office, BCTC Leestown campus, my office hours, and by an appointment if you cannot make these times. So these are for students that need help. You're more than welcome to come by my office. Just because you're online doesn't mean you can't come to my office. So if you need help, come to my office. My email address, my phone. But again, as I talked about on my intro, email, best way to contact me. Response time, if you call me, I'll do the same thing. I'll respond back to you within 24 to 48 hours. So please be patient. The syllabus. Okay, I'm going to briefly go over that. So this is going to open in a new window. And again, it's got my information. I mean, you know, you've got so many, I guess, instances of where I point out how to get in contact with me. There should be it should be very clear how to get in contact with me. Course description, you can read through that, but basically you're solving all different types of equations. You're graphing all different types of equations. So you need to be good at solving, good at graphing, and factoring. You know, if you want more information on the courses, you can click that link. Again, here's the textbook, the 9th edition. If you really want a hard copy, I would check either Amazon, maybe even ecampus.com, something like that, because it's an older edition, so it may be a little more difficult to find. And you're already in MyMathLab, so hopefully you've got all this. Calculator, you know, scientific graphing, you don't need a graphing, but you cannot have an 89 or above, nor an Inspire. You need it during chapter 6 because we do logarithms, so you have to have a calculator that has logarithms on it. Class structure, you know, you've got to be disciplined. If you're here, you've done all this. So let's look down here at attendance. How do you attend an online class? You log in, okay? Log in at least once a week, okay? So, you know, so just log in once a week and you'll be fine. If you're not logging in once a week, you're going to have trouble anyway. Homework, and I'm going to go through all these links as well, but there's 20% of your grade. It's in the graded homework. So don't email me saying, where's the homework? Because I've told you where the homework is. Late work, they are subject to a 10% penalty, but you can work the homework past the due date. So you can go back in, redo it. You can rework homework as much as you want to earn 100. The way you do it is you go back into the assignment and rework the ones you missed. You don't have to redo the whole assignment. Makeup work, if you miss an exam or you need an extension, I'll give you one extension on a due date. After the first one, then you need either a doctor's note or something. Okay, I'm not just going to extend you every exam because you're having trouble keeping up. Okay, that's just not fair to the other students. All right, so make sure you read this. Here's your exams. Once you click on exam, you got to finish it within 2 hours. So it starts the timer then, no matter if you log off or not. So make sure you're ready to take it. They are located in the Take a Test. I'll show you that here shortly. Read this about the technical difficulties. You should print this syllabus anyway. The final exam must be proctored. I'll show you that information. It's 20% of your grade. It's located in the Take a Test link. You have to pass the final exam, and you must take the pretest by September 20th or you will be dropped from the class. So here's how I determine my grade. I'll show you that as well as we move through the course. You can drop by 2 p.m. on Thursday, December 1st. Incomplete has to be something really, really extenuating for you to get an incomplete, not just because you didn't have time to finish your work. If you have any accommodations, email procedures, financial aid, they're all can be found in this link right here. Next is the course outline. So you've got all your due dates, which not only are here on paper, but it's also in the homework section. It tells you when it's due. So you just need to pay attention to that. So just print this. Print your syllabus. Keep it handy in case you have problems. You're not going to remember everything we talk about today, but you can always use this as a reference. Okay? So I'm going to go back to the class now. So we've done the syllabus. Now I'm going to show you, here's where your graded homework is. So as you can see right now, this is homework and test. Now what I can do is I can change this to all assignments, and it gives you pretty much the breakdown. And I'm going to go back to the first page, and here you start with the pretest. Now if you have not taken the pretest yet, you're going to have a lot of green flags here, kind of like let me show you right here. You'll have something that looks like this. Okay, so these green flags are going to be everywhere until you take the pretest, which means you cannot start your work until you take the pretest. It's nothing hard. It's just an acknowledgement of policies. It tells you right here are your due dates for everything. Okay, So there's really no excuse if you don't know when things are due because they're right here. The next item is the take a test. So if you want to take a test, you go here. So see, you're not going to mess anything up by clicking on the tabs here, but don't click on an exam until you're ready to take it. Now down here, this is nothing. Don't even look at that. Don't do them because we don't cover every single topic in chapter 1, chapter 2. So you're causing yourself more problems. So these are your exams. You've got 4 and a final. Now, every exam I have a practice. I have a review. The difference between the exam review and the exam are the reviews are homework assignments, which means you cannot take the entire review again. I've done a question, I got it right. I can always go through and redo what I missed just like homework. But if I want more practice on question 1, even if I got it right, I can go to a similar question and work another one. So that's how you do your review. So if you're getting things right on the review, then you're probably pretty good with that certain topic. If you miss something, then you can just go back in and redo the one you missed. So you can't just sit there and take the whole test over. Now my tests are shorter than the reviews, okay? But this is how you practice, okay? So hopefully you understand that. Due dates for work, I have that, you don't. That's because it's hidden from you. But your due dates are in several different places. So here's your grade book. So this is what my grade book looks like because I got 100 on the pre-test. Yay. And I've only gotten 1 right out of the 36 total. Okay. And again, you can work your homework as many times as you want till you get 100. Study plan. Now, this is nothing you have to do, but if you want to just practice things, and I'll show you about the extra practice down here, you can do them in the study plan. That's not graded. It's just more problems that if you want to just practice. So you can go to view all chapters. If you want some more practice on equations, solving linear equations, then you can work these. But again, don't work ones that are not assigned to you for practice in what's called the extra practice. And like I said, I'll show you that here shortly. But you can just work number 11 from chapter 1. Okay, solve a linear equation, solve it. You can scroll right on through and practice these things. And they're not graded, so it doesn't really matter how many you do and if you get them right or not. So let me skip over the chapter contents, but here's the extra practice problems. And I will tell you, I type it in here. These can be done online by going to the study plan and locating the appropriate chapter or on paper from your ebook. So this is what you're responsible for knowing, and this gives you the ones that you would work on in the study plan. Okay, but they're not graded. They're not graded. It's optional. Extra practice. The book, here it is. So as you look at the book, you choose on the chapter you want to look at. I can go to section 1.1, and there are videos. There's the ebook, and there's the study plan. So you can certainly look at sample problems from the textbook or from the extra practice and see a video lecture. You could also go to the book. Okay, it's taking a second here to launch me up here. But this is going to be your book. So it takes a while to load it up, but once you get there, you're fine. Okay, so this is going to be your textbook. There it is. Here's a table of contents. You can go to wherever you want to go. You hit the little arrow there. You can go right to section 1.1. There it is. Then you scroll through the book by going through the pages. Okay, so this is where you have more resources. Okay, so then you've got test prep videos, you've got a chapter test. I mean, you've got a lot of things you can practice. All right, so we've talked about all that. Tools for success. I mean, it's, here's things here you may or may not need. Support. If you need questions, you go to MyMathLab Help and Support. Now, the Multimedia Library is another location where you can find the book, videos, PowerPoints, whatever you want. Okay, so you can again go to which chapter you want, section, and let's say if I want to look at a PowerPoint example, I click there. It's got a PowerPoint. I open it up. Make sure always make sure your pop-ups are not being blocked. And here's a video. PowerPoint. So it's a lecture. Okay, so you've got a lot of help tools for you. Pearson does have tutoring services. They may charge for that. Discussion board. I don't really personally use it. I used to post some helpful hints here, but I don't really do that anymore. They're old, but you can certainly read them. Okay, so you can go to my helpful hints and look through that. It should be fine. But if you want to create a new thread with some of your classmates, feel free to do so. I kind of forgot that was there, to be honest with you. That's why I'm stumbling, but that's all right. All right, your course tools. Here's your email. Okay. If you want to email me this way, you can. I will show you another way that you can email me here shortly. I want to go through all these items first. My grading policy, read through that. This is how your grades are calculated. They're weighted differently, so it's not homework. It's not equal to a test. Read through that. The proctored final exam information. This is all about what to do. Read it. How do I schedule it? There's links for the BCTC proctoring, and if you're at another campus, other campus sites. Okay, explaining what is a proctored exam. Practice exam, you can take it as much as you want. Again, it's a homework, so you just go in and rework the ones you missed. This is what you do when you go to your proctored exam. This is what you can bring. 1 3x5 card, both sides, with whatever you want in a calculator. Can my parent, boss, or friend proctor my exam? Heck no. What do you think? I'm joking. Maybe a public library, a high school teacher, something like that if you can't make it to a testing site. If I don't live in Kentucky, I still have to find a proctor. So just read through all that. The last thing of importance is how do I drop the class? There's links here to either send an email to withdraw or to go to the website. Okay. All right. So just make sure you just, experiment, look through these things, click on them. Now, one thing I want to show you about your homework. Let's say I went into section 1.1 and I start working on the homework. And I'm just stuck. I have no idea what to do. Well, if you look over here, there's a thing for question help. So you can click on to help me solve this. And it's going to take you through a series of steps to walk you through the process. Okay? That's one thing you can do. Another thing, you can view an example. It'll just give you an example, and then you can click on it. It's going to show you every step until you're done. Then you close. It even shows you how to enter the answer. There's a video for help on this problem. Hopefully there's one for this problem. There you go. You can watch a video. Ask my instructor. This is where you will email me. It's going to send me this question, and then you can type a message in saying, I'm getting this answer. What did I do wrong? Or I'm really not sure what to do. Blah, 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 blah. Try to be specific with your request, because it helps me to give you an explanation. Now, sometimes it's hard to answer these questions over email, but I'll do the best I can. Okay. So this is all available. You can even print it, take it to a tutor at your local campus. Okay. So I'm just going to X out. I'm going to leave the page. So that's the course. And I congratulate you for watching this. For those that aren't, they don't know what they're missing. because I think this is very informative, and hopefully it'll relieve some of your anxiety. So, I always want students to do well. I want all y'all to pass. I want all y'all to get through. I'm not here to flunk you, but I am here to make sure you're just doing your work and you're doing your part. So good luck, and I wish you well. So anytime, if you got any questions, let me know. That's what I'm here for. So I will end this video. All right, not bad, 20 minutes, so that's not bad. All right, talk to you soon.